So, I deadass just filmed this video and my mic wasn't on. So right now I have to do it again, but that's okay because I can do it better than the last one because now I know what I'm talking about. Alright, so hey guys, welcome back. So you know the theme for this video today. I got my I got my hat that I got in Tokyo Disneyland and I love it so much. Looking cute, looking pretty. I'm actually back in Hong Kong right now, and this is my dad's camera. This is his work camera. He's a very fancy guy, as you can see. And I also got a mic. It wasn't very expensive. It was pretty good price. So yeah, and I attached a bee to it. I got a bee over here too, and we're doing good. So I think I'm gonna like talk about Disney movies right now. After this I'm gonna talk about other animated movies. It's an animated movies part 2. I think Disney should be its own category of animated movies because they genuinely did pioneer how animation is today. However, it's such a big category. There's so many movies that I really do feel like I really do feel like it needs its own video for that. Today we're gonna talk about Disney movies that I think deserve a raise. I think these are my top tier Disney movies. I'm gonna do like the ones that I genuinely think are worth going in depth first, and then I'm gonna do some quick fires, and then I'm gonna do some for points. Like I'm gonna give points to some of these movies because, well, they got the spirit. First movie we are going to talk about is Meet the Robinsons. Yes, I know this movie is honestly I think it's one of the least watched movies. That it's so heavily underrated. I genuinely really like this movie. I remember I watched it this year. I watched it for the first time this year, and then it was so good that I watched it again the next day. Not together. That I can't do. I think Meet the Robinsons is probably one of the most out-of-pocket movie I have ever seen. It was out of pocket from the beginning because this is not the type of movie Disney is known for making. Disney is known for making for they're known for making like very romantic and very melodic films, but this one is more spontaneous and it's more punchy. It's more out of pocket, like my personality. A lot of people describe me as out of pocket, and I agree. I sometimes just say stuff whenever I want because life is too short to keep your mouth shut. Yeah, anywho, yeah, I think the movie is also a good concept as well. I like It's a really a good attempt of Disney to make a time travel movie. Time travel movies are like mostly really fun, but I think this like is like a cherry on top. This should be like this is a really good time travel movie, science movie, and it really incorporates um this kind of like childhood element to it. That doesn't make any sense anymore. Um, I love Bake Them Cookies, Lucille. I think like that reveal when the old grandpa opens the door and it just her like throwing it back. It'll never not be funny. Like I would never forget the first time that I watched that scene and laughed so hard. And the fact they used Tom Sell, what's his name? The fact they used Tom Sell as no Tom Seller, I think. Yeah, I just think like that specific painting of him that they used instead of his father is really good. I forgot. You can tell that I didn't prepare for this video. I read the script just now. You can tell that I forgot the name of every character. I remember Lucille because Bake Them Cookies Lucille was so iconic to me, but I don't even remember the main character. Fred? Okay, anywho. I love the reveal of the bowler hat guy. That is so funny. The way that he was just wearing the baseball shirt like to reveal, and it's like all shrunken and disgusting, and the way that the main character, I'm so sorry I forgot his name, the way that the main character was just like, ugh, like it's so cute and funny. I love it so much. Yeah, and I think that the build up, like not the build up, the story building was also so interesting. Like the fact that the main character, I gotta look up his name. Okay, I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna tell him French Fries Head. The way that French Fries Head just like came from like orphanage, and in the end of the movie, he decides not to meet his mother because it would change like how it would change the time, and like it would change the events and stuff. I think it's such a like a shocking concept that they chose for a children's movie, because like it was the entire thing you were anticipating, like the entire theater would have been anticipating to see what his mother is kind of bad, like from the back, but the entire theater, like they built this anticipation just to like kind of bring it down and like kind of like humble the audience, like, hey, is this really necessary? Like, okay, I can't say for sure because I am not an orphan, but I think it's some sort of like way that he accepts that this is the life that his mother gave him, um and he just accepts that this is his life, and he will continue like living on to the future. And I think that is such a beautiful message. Yeah. The next movie I want to talk about is Wall-E. Is super super good. I think my favorite thing about animation is when they have a character that doesn't speak, because all that's left that you can do to kind of like exude this character is through facial expressions, and that is where like real art, like the one of like the most hardest forms of art to achieve comes in, because it is so easy to express with words, but it's so hard to understand how to feel someone's emotions without them. And I think that the people that made this movie did very, very good. I think although Wall-E and Eve do speak in the movie, it's still very limited, so it still leaves a lot of room for the audiences to figure out these emotions. And I think that is still like the beauty of it. Like, it's not hard to figure out. It has to be this hard so that the emotions can pierce through the heart a lot deeper, and like things can be understood in a way where it's more human. Like, think about it. These robots, they're not even human. They're robots. They're programmed in a way that they're programmed to not feel, basically, but yet we feel for them. I completely forgot the moral of the story, to be honest, but I remember feeling so in love with these characters, these robots that are not even alive. Yeah, I think other movies that do this is Wallace and Gromit. I love Gromit. According to, I think, Brad Bird or somebody who said it, but Gromit is one of the most expressive, like well expressive characters out there, and he doesn't even say a single word in the franchise. I think that is so cool. Next, I'm gonna go talk about Tangled. Tangled is my absolute, like my personal favorite Disney movie. The songs, super good. The sceneries, the setting, delicious. Like, my eyes were like watering. They were salivating because of how beautiful those lights were. I am a person that gets really, really captivated to music. When I listen to a music that I really, really like, I start having like really teary eyes, and like I start to have a chicken skin. What do you call it? I don't know in Cantonese they call it like gaipe or something, but I completely forgot how, to say in English, even though my first language is English. Like if my hairs would like stand up when I listen to music that I super super enjoy, and music that is super elevating. Yeah, and Tangled offers so many of these musics of these songs. I think the character dynamic between Flynn Rider and Rapunzel is one of the cutest things ever. We don't talk about the age gap, but my bad. Yeah, but I think that we have this character that is very sly, like a fox, and then naive, this naive 18-year-old that just came out of her tower for the first time in her life. It's such a fun dynamic. And then we have Mother Goth. Oh my god, Mother Gothel is she's just bad, bro. I wouldn't mind her like keeping me in a tower. I wouldn't mind her stroking my hair every day just to make her look 10 times better. Okay, next, Lilo and Stitch. Don't ask. I did not watch the live action one. I have not watched that yet. The animated one, I watched it. Like I didn't watch this as a child. I watched this like last year, and it's so good. To me, humor in animated movies are flawless. But I think what makes good humor is when they don't when okay, I'm gonna name drop a movie. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film that came out most recently. They use words like Riz and some other word, I don't remember, but there was a flaw with it because these words they like came from like trends, so it was very clear that they try to tap in with the kids nowadays. But I think good humor in animated and children's movies should be relatable to like every timeline, if that makes sense. I think that is what makes good and qualitative humor, not quick grab humor. Yeah, so Lilo and Stitch does this really well, because my favorite scene in this movie is when Stitch throws a book at Bubbles. Like, that came so out of pocket, but it was so funny. Last but not least, I want to mention Cars 2. Cars 2 is beautiful. I don't care what anyone says. I think Cars 2 is just I agree that Cars 2 does not belong in the Cars trilogy. I think Cars 2 should be its own separate thing, because if you really think about it, Mater is the main character of this entire movie. I'm not too sure why they did that, but I think it works. It doesn't work in the Cars trilogy, but it works in the Cars universe so well. Let's just think about ways of how we can improve this, alright? First, I don't think it should be Cars 2. I think it should be called Mater gets recruited to the MI6 ? Exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, because that makes more sense. And then secondly, this race all in all is this race all in all I think is a good race, but I don't see how different cars are able to, because like Lightning McQueen, it's like inspired by like a NASCAR car, right? But why is he competing with a Formula 1 car like Francesco Guadagnino? I forgot his last name. Yeah, why are they competing like this? Like, it doesn't make sense. But I guess it could be like a WWE situation, you know? The third thing that the third thing I just now forgot, but I realized the third thing about this movie is actually to just make Mater the main character, right? So put him in the center of the poster, not Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen, I genuinely believe he has less screen time than Mater. I don't remember. I guess somebody could tell me that, but I don't know. Alright, and then now I'm gonna do some quick fires. These are ones that stood out to me like a lot as well, but I kind of like picked my favorites, but these are still like super good. So we got Frozen, of course, beautiful, and then we got Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is lovely. I love the message, I love the concept. I wish Baymax was real because I'm sick all the time. And then Princess and the Frog, I love the music. I felt that the romance was definitely a little bit rushed, but the other elements, perfect. I think that I love going down the bayou. I would make it my ringtone, but I cannot wake up to going down the bayou every day because I would just go back to sleep. I would just be going back to bayou in my dreams. Like I have to hear the, you know, like I have to hear the. Yeah, and then a Ratatouille is absolutely gorgeous movie. However, if I have to pick one, I would pick Monsters Inc. But like still, really really good movie. And then of course we've got Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is, I think on paper, the best Disney movie of all time. I think that it is written way too good. And the songs are way too good. It's just too perfect. It's just so. I don't see anything wrong with this movie because, yeah, the only thing I guess is I wish Miss Teapots was my mother. Yeah, I genuinely don't see anything wrong with this movie. The reason it's not my favorite is because I don't connect with Belle. I don't think I'm a Belle kind of person. That's literally why. And then The Nightmare Before Christmas is so beautiful. People really do not understand how much work and effort that takes to go into this. I said this last time, I think. I do not remember. It's not an animation, you can just erase it, but when it comes to stop motion animation, you have to know how to make the movements look so smooth. And like, because most of these are made with plasticine and clay so that they're very malleable, because when you move clay, it has to look really really smooth. So the fact that, like, because it's not like an animation where you can just rub it out with pen and paper, but pen and eraser, like you either restart, you either get a new figure and restart, or you make it perfect. So I really really admire that, and it takes so much time. You take so many frames of like the images. I've done stop motion before, I know this. You take so many images that your laptop literally crashes. Yeah, and then when it's not good, you have to do it again. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for my quick fires, and then we're gonna do points for Spirit. The live action Cinderella, Maleficent, and Alice in Wonderland, so beautiful. Like, gorgeous movies. They're considered live action, but like of course there has to be animation to it, like the CGI. I would say the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No, that's the sixth one, the one with Davy Jones, the first one with Davy Jones. I think the CGI in that movie is absolutely terrific. But going back to the Cinderella, Maleficent, and Alice in Wonderland, those are still so good. The only thing that creeps me out though is the two twins in Alice in Wonderland. I don't like looking at them. They look so out of this world, done and dusted out of this world. Yeah, they're like something that I can't really look at for too long. And then we got Chicken Little. The colors in that movie is great. You know what really stood out to me, like aesthetically stood out to me the most of Chicken Little? It's the Disney logo that they used for that movie, because I just love the colors. They're so, like, they make me feel so relaxed and satisfied. I don't know how to explain it. I love taking things from, like, I love taking anything honestly and just exploring how how like the people behind it choose the colors. I love exploring colors and how like they harmonize with each other. It's so interesting to me, and I would love to take that, like, those interests and put it into my own art. I'm biased to Turning Red because they speak Canto in that movie and I'm Cantonese, so yeah. And I think it's just still a good movie. It's so cute. It's definitely like a lot different from the other Disney movies because it's more cartoony. I appreciate their risk to go to this direction. I think it's super cute. And then we got Brave. Brave is really good. Brave, I love how people, like, I love when people like saw the trailer, they thought, oh, it's just like an archery movie. No, it's about her mother becoming a bear, and I think that is so funny. But still, I think it's such a big. This movie resonated with me because I think a lot of daughters have a somewhat troubled but still such a loving relationship with their mother. So the fact that this movie explored that really opened up to me and made me like love my mom more and understand the dynamic between me and my mom. I love you, mommy. And then yeah, that's about it. Now you might be asking like where's the hate? Why is this video like so positive, you know? Well, this is why. Oh, I gotta do the thing. This is why. This is why. Yeah. I love my name tag. I like wear it to work every day and it's super cool. Yeah. I think I will release a video of how my work is going. You know, just to talk about it without, you know, breaking my NDA, of course. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!